Before I start going into this dumbass game, I just want to get one thing out of the way that I'm sure a lot of you are going to mention in the comments. Yes, this game has made some changes to the original ending that I won't spoil for those of you who haven't beaten it yet. Are they stupid? Kinda. They will affect the next Kiwami's plot in a pretty significant way, and we're almost certainly done to set up an endless sea of spin-offs. Do I care? Not really. I play these games to watch big, muscular, and passionate men beat the shit out of each other with their shirts off. If future remakes gonna keep giving me that, then you're not gonna see me protesting out in the streets. There are actual human beings out there, real people, who think war crime charges should be brought against RGG for releasing this, which is why I should never listen to anyone online about anything. Except for me, of course, I'm never wrong. Oh my god, Yakuza Kiwami 3 is the worst Yakuza game ever made. Oh my goodness, Kiwami 3 is not gonna get any sales. No more money for you, RGG.
But before I say anything, did I buy the game? Nah.
What? So, without further ado, Ricky, no! You can't do this! You can't leave me like this! I will avenge you, my brother. I will avenge you! Come on. Come to Papa. Oh. Fuck. Fucking piece of shit. Yakuza is a series that is near and dear to my rear, and I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who is looking for a unique experience unlike anything they have ever played before. I finished the remastered version of Yakuza 3 last year, and even though it is still fun by today's standards, the game was objectively outdated in almost every aspect imaginable. So, I'm going to approach this remake in a pretty straightforward way. I'm going to list the changes that I like and consider improvements, the changes I didn't like as much, and then wrap out with some miscellaneous stuff. For the most part, I feel like Kiwami 3's changes drastically improved the original game. You got a new smooth, flashy combat system that is easy to get into but sophisticated enough to keep you hooked for most of the game. They cut off a lot of the generic Ubisoft quality side stories, so now you can focus on the better ones, and the story feels much better paced because they removed a lot of the unnecessary dumbass shit from the original plot. There's also this new cell phone customization mechanic that must have been designed by a team who thought they were the main developers, because this shit is more detailed than some full titles out there. And you are finally no longer forced to spend time with the dumb kids at Morning Glory, because now their stories are optional and tied to this really fun mechanic where you run the orphanage by playing minigames. But what really impressed me the most is how the game makes you actually want to do every activity it offers. In the remaster, I mostly stuck to the main quest and a handful of side stories because of how disjointed and separate everything felt. Here, everything you do not only gives you tangible rewards, but also contributes to the progression of other activities. So players are really incentivized to experience the game to the fullest, from the small stuff like being a fox on the streets to the bigger additions like managing your own bike or getting a new minigame. However, there are also quite a few design decisions in this game that really stopped it from shining as much as it could. Graphical consistency is all over the place. Some character remodels are somehow worse than a game released 17 years ago. The High Side Girls minigame basically being a knockoff version of Dynasty Warriors with the shittiest bike driving of all time, and some higher quality side quests are now gone. But I think the worst offense of them all was the devs deciding to hire a sexual creep directly from one of his own games as a voice actor for some reason, and then when criticized, they were basically like, oh, you know, this character is supposed to be slimy and creepy, so we hired a fucking weirdo to play him. What? I give Kiwami 3 a 3.5 out of 5. Despite some rough edges and questionable design decisions, at its core it was a very enjoyable and beefy experience that most fans will enjoy. But it is also important to note that I've actually never purchased Yakuza Kiwami 3 or even know that it exists, so I might just be wrong about all of this, I don't know.